Daniela. I'm going to be cooking on the simmer plate today. I'm going to show you how to make a tagine in this beautiful Northern African style pot. And I'm also going to be cooking a pot of couscous on the side. I'm going to be using the simmer plate, which is this fabulous piece of equipment on the Lacanche. It has a large kilowatt burner in the middle, and I've already lit it to let the whole surface heat up. The concentration of the heat is right here in the middle, and then you can allow things to simmer at a lower temperature on the sides. Once I start getting cooking, I'm going to put the heat down and let the pan do its work. The preparation of all my vegetables and meat is done. I'm going to start cooking. Begin by putting the pot of water for the couscous just in the corner of the simmer plate, and I'm going to let that heat up slowly. Bring the tagine onto the simmer plate. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the tagine. The pan's nice and warm, so just put your lamb in. I'm using lamb noisette, which is a really nice cut of meat from the leg of the lamb. It's got a lot of fat and the muscle's really tasty, and it's good for the purpose of a tagine. The meat is sealed up nicely, so I'm just going to take it out, put it back in the bowl. It's time for the onions. Beautiful baby shallots from the garden. While the onions are browning, my pot of water has actually just come to the boil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in my couscous. Pinch of salt and a tiny bit of butter. Put the lid on, shake that around, and I'm just going to leave that to steam. This is 2 cloves of crushed garlic and some beautiful toasted cumin, which I've just broken up slightly with the mortar and pestle. Stir that around and just let the spices all cook together so the flavors can develop. Now I'm going to add my brinjal. And now the peppers. That's 3 bell peppers, just cut into small pieces. The vegetables have sauteed nicely, so now I'm just going to add the meat back to the dish. I'm going to throw in a nice little chili, just for good measure, and a good amount of seasoning. And now for the liquid, because the nature of cooking in a tagine is that it maintains all of its moisture. So I'm just going to help it along, and I really like the flavor that these beautiful sweet cherry tomatoes add to the dish. So I'm going to add about half the tin of this. So now all that's left to do is to pop the lid on, turn the heat down low, leave this to cook for a good 20 to 30 minutes, and then you can actually switch the heat off completely and let the residual heat of the simmer plate and the heat that's generated from the steam in the pan do the rest of the cooking. The tagine has had its time to cook, so now I'm going to lift the lid. It smells delicious. So I'm just going to plate up a little bit of couscous in the bowl. And a nice helping of the tagine. And there you have it. This is good food for people who love to cook.